We have a eminent representation from non-IT industry. Dr. Y.K. Singh, Y.R. Singh is the executive director of Alkali Manufacturing Association, and we thought that everyone talks about IT, but there's a lot more life beyond IT. Like roads are being built, there is infrastructure being created, there are many other sectors which are opening up in the economy. And these are the sectors which need students, but students are really always like thinking about the glamorous job of air conditions office in IT. So how does association like Alkali association sees it's like how are the industry needs graduates now, and what are you like looking at from the potential employee perspective? Yeah.
Thank you very much. I basically like to go through the basics of this whole drill. The first thing, when we are coming to this technical education, especially UPTU, I come from UP, and I know the background of the whole culture. The first thing we must see, what is the ground from where these students are coming? What is their basic skill? Some of our political leaders in Uttar Pradesh initially said no English, things should be taught in Hindi and all that. Now, when you come to the employment market, there is no loyalty for Hindi or anything. We need a person who could suit our requirements. Our background has to be changed. The background of the students who are coming. Now, you cannot make everybody an engineer. You cannot make everybody a poet. You have to see the background of a student, whether he deserves to be an engineer. I remember in 60s I used to teach in a technical school in UP. There, in the first year when a student was coming, those days was the shortage of engineers. The first day the person who was admitted to the college, he thought that I am a chief engineer. And when he went to the second year, he becomes executive engineer. And finally in the third year, fourth year when he comes, he said, I am assistant engineer. So he realized the realities of life gradually coming down to the basics of the education. Now, biggest problem, which is the background of our students, which are recruited. I had the chance to be a visiting faculty member in some of the technical institutions in UP. I am teaching, the students are there, and no response from the students. The total dull silence. I keep on barking and came back. Then I gave them an anecdote. I said, do you have a filmy song? Do you know something about film? He said, yes, sir, he know it. I said, I give you a line of a song, Aati Kya Khandala. He said, what's the next line? Everybody was ready. And they said, yes. I said, when you know this, Aati Kya Khandala, the next line is the objective. Why? Why should I come? You are coming to this institution, engineering college, MBA or whatever it is. What is the objective? Why you have come here? The objective is to learn something and be useful to the industry. Now today, I am responsible for the chloralkali industry, caustic, chlorine, soda ash in India. Chemical industry basically, large houses. We recruit chemical engineers. And these chemical engineers, after 1 year, some of them, they said, I want to go to HR. Somebody says, I want to go to software. I said, who will work on the soft floor? The attitude to work on the soft floor is not there. Everybody needs a white collar job. I went to Gujarat, in Dahej, there are a lot of chemical industries coming. People need chemical engineers. Those who can work on the shop floor. But no. Most of them, they will try to opt. I said, I want to opt for HR. What we need is, when we recruit, we admit these students, we must see the aptitude, what a student have, what he wants to be. He wants to be a mechanical engineer, you put him as an electrical engineer by compulsion. It won't work. And today, next come to, once you recruit these, admit these boys to a particular group, then comes the syllabus. Now, I don't know how these syllabuses are designed by the universities, including the Delhi University and the top colleges I have seen. Same old theories of 15 years back are being put. And those things have changed. We are working on machines which are operated mechanically. All those machines, you go to a workshop of a technical or engineering college, you find the outdated machines. Now, those outdated machines, if you work on that, and most of them, they just don't work on that. And you go to in Gurgaon, in one of the multinational companies, you see, you want most of the automatic machines. There we need operators. And we are short of operators. Nobody wants to be operator. We don't have that sort of skill. And the background for this is, again, that the technical institutions, or when they talk of the placements, what is the placement officer of a technical engineering institution is doing? Does he know the background where he is situated? What are the type of industries in his area? What are the requirements of each industry? Can he produce those sort of people from these institutions so that they could be placed? You cannot. I mean, I don't want a person, because my industry is not being run for charity. I may have a part of it for charity, but it's not for charity. Your technical institutions, unluckily or luckily, are charitable institutions. Most of them are registered under the Societies Registration Act. You cannot make profit. You are not supposed to make profit. But do you really stick to that norm? Can you really work with charitable institutions and run a technical or engineering college? In South, you know, one of our ex-finance ministers of the government of India, he started a private public limited company as an institution. The first public limited company he started at educational institutions. People questioned. I said, what is the public limited company you are going to? He said, I want to make profit out of this institution. And I want to run the institution in a profitable way. Very clear concept. Now today you want a charitable institutions to run on commercial lines and produce suitable students for the industry. I don't think the concept is acceptable. If it is acceptable, there must be some underhand wage. This has to be abolished somewhere. Because you have to see the educational entrepreneur. If he is an entrepreneur, or in industry I say, in dust and then try. INDUSTTRY, industry. You put all your money into a dust, or in the ground when you put a seed in the ground. Then you try to develop it and gradually multiply it. So now, somebody who is going to put crores of rupees in developing a technical institutions, you want him to be a charitable without any profit? How is he going to pay to the faculty? In the condition of the faculty today, just fresh graduates, they are recruited as faculty members. They don't have practical experience. Now, my submission is that with this background, the crop will be with the same background. So, if you want to improve the employability of the institutions or the graduates coming out of the institutions from UP, you have to see the aptitude of the students, the proper faculty, proper infrastructure, and the requirement of the industry has to be assessed occasionally every year. Because the technology changes very fast. I used to work on a slide rule once upon a time, Mr. Kripashankar. Today we are working on a calculator or a computer. You don't need all those things now. But there are institutions who are running on those old lines. The syllabus has to be revised every year. Instrumentation for it. Today the concept of PCS and all this there. How many institutions have those facilities? You train a student in instrumentation without instruments. I remember in 60s there was an engineering college in UP without electricity. There was no electricity connection in Jhansi. Now, with that infrastructure, if you want to run these institutions and earn the name, well, sorry, it will not work. My only submission is that we have to improve the infrastructure and see what the industry needs. A person who is really able to work on a soft floor, who has got the aptitude to be an engineer, should be an engineer. It's not just, you don't pick up the students by merit or aptitude test or anything. You just have a competition, like so many percentage and all that, and the theoretical calculations you make it. Then finally when you admit it, the boy has got a concept that I am going to be a software engineer in a multinational company. From the very first day he has got that concept. Now unless he becomes, I have got the Tata Consultancy Services and all those people are there. They invite so many people, they test them, and once they reject, then second time they don't call them. So we have to see that our boys are prepared, prepared to accept these challenges, meet the realities. For that the institution have to work, the faculty has to work, the infrastructure have to work, and the syllabus has to be up to date. And for that, for making the syllabus in the, I would like to request Mr. Kripashankar, how many people who are associated with making the syllabus are really from the industry? With that background, unless you have the people who know about the industry and who know about the industry requirements, they draft it. Let's do that. Maybe some academics are needed. They are also there. But a combination of such people, those who can work out the syllabus in such a way that which is practical as per the requirement of the industry, so that these boys, when they pass out, they are automatically in demand. They don't have to look for placements and all that. I need a person, I demand person. Today, I give you a simple example of demand and supply. You need a plumber. You need a person who is doing whitewashing. You need a person, electrical mechanic. You don't find people. But if you want a graduate, get for 5,000 rupees without any problem. I pay to a person who is doing whitewash 300 rupees a day. And he said, sorry sir, I have no time. I asked a plumber, sir, I'm sorry, I have no time. And his wages are 500 rupees a day. Not less than that. That is the skill which is required by the people. Required by the every resident and every society. So we have to prepare our boys and girls for the requirement of the society, for the requirement of the industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.